Howdy, guys.
Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan.
And Angela.
From RA Music. Your favorite mom and pop guitar shop and music lesson studio. I say it's your favorite. It's my favorite.
It's my favorite, too.
Easily my favorite.
Yeah.
Deep in the heart of Texas. Which is where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's time for another episode of Ask RNA. Where we answer all y'all's questions.
Yeah.
Well, the ones I pick anyways.
I don't know what that was.
Let's go answer questions. So excited. Welcome back. It's episode 386.
Oh my goodness.
386 episodes of Angela answering your questions.
That I do.
That's a lot of...
It's a lot of Angela.
That's a lot of weeks. 386 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Give or take. Well, some...
At
least.
No, it is 386 weeks.
Yeah,
whether they're consecutively or not.
There's a couple of weeks in between there we didn't. But
that's right.
Anyways. So we have a little guitar shop in a small town in East Texas, and we teach music lessons all day long to people wanting to learn music.
Yep.
And we also shoot videos. So this is the video where we answer questions. If you're a regular here, you know what's up. If you're new here,
hi.
That's what's up. Hello. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoy our little FAQ style video today. We got some other videos on the channel, but this is the one I like making the most because I get to look at Angela. And we get to talk. All right. So if you want some swaggity swag,
Neither one of us
are wearing RNA Music merch right now, but there's a link down in the description of this video. You can go get some RNA Music t-shirts, hoodies, cuppy cups, whatever you want. Get some merchy merch, right? You can also, there's a link to a little worksheet booklet we have with guitar scales and chord diagrams, things we use in our lessons. You can go ahead and get that if you want to. And yeah. Also, I'm thinking about opening up some Skype lessons.
Awesome.
So if any of you guys are if you're one of our regulars and you're interested in maybe the Skype thing, you know, you can shoot me an email, rnamusic@live.com.
That's right.
I have one student that actually, he needs like extra help, not because he's slow. He's actually very smart.
You didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
Because he's playing with the worship team.
Because he's playing, and they're giving him a bunch of music. And he likes to he finds it best to over-prepare. Yes. So
he's a very diligent young man.
He is extremely diligent and intelligent. But he likes to get bonus lessons sometimes. So they're like, hey, can you do a Skype lesson real quick? Because he's got to play a thing tomorrow, and they just gave him the music. I'm like, I'll see what I can do. So I thought, you know what? That went pretty well, the Skype lesson this week with my student. I thought, you know what? If any of you guys out there are interested, we might do something. So, we're meaning to bring it up. All right, to the questions. First question.
Yeah.
Just Fun Guitar, all the way from England, which is over there. It's over there. He says, #Moosive. Interesting. I thought Arizona was the hottest, but that was just a guess. New questions. 1, other than Alaska, what is the coldest state in the USA? Ooh. 2, has anyone in your family ever discovered something? Fossils, caves, spaceships, recipes, etc. Oh, that's a good question. I actually went and Googled the coldest state, but it's Alaska.
It is?
Alaska is the coldest, but he said other than Alaska, which is the coldest?
Yeah.
I don't know. Any guesses?
I would say probably one of the Dakotas or, yeah.
I know Montana gets...
Wyoming.
Redonkulous.
North Dakota. One of those guys.
Yeah. Gets redonkulous cold in Montana.
Washington. Yeah.
Let me go look real quick, because now I got to know. Hold on.
I have my phone. I can Google it right here. I was right.
North Dakota.
I was right. I knew it was North Dakota. Then Minnesota. Then Montana. Maine, Wyoming, Vermont, Wisconsin, New Hampshire, North, and South Dakota is not even on the top.
Well, it's in the South.
It's not in the South. No, it's not. And then Idaho. See, Washington State didn't even make the top 10.
Yeah, well, it's not that cold there.
Yeah.
Okay. North Dakota is the second coldest. With they're going by average temperatures. Again, like the hottest states, a lot of the times will do like, what's the average temperature all year round? And again, like he said, he thought what did he say? Arizona. I was like, well, Arizona does get hot during the day, but it cools down at night. So the average temperature.
And they're dry heat, so the heat blows away. Where
the humidity of Florida, Louisiana, Texas
stays.
Because it will get literally 105 degrees.
It's like
literally 105 degrees in Texas. And then the humidity makes it feel like 120.
Sitting in boiling water. It's like gets to a boiling and then you turn off the boil, but the hot water is still hot and remains hot.
And it's the best, right?
Forever.
I did see that the average temperature in Alaska is like 30 degrees.
Nice.
That's the average across the year. If you average all the highs, all the lows,
yeah,
it comes, to 30 on average. Which again, it can get up to 70 there, but it can also get down to like sub-zero.
Right.
So North Dakota. I've never been to North Dakota. Have you ever been to North Dakota?
Nope. Have not been past Kansas.
Have we not gone further than Kansas? Well, Ohio is further north than Kansas.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I didn't think about Ohio.
I've been to Robert Baker's house in Ohio when he lived there.
I've been to Ohio, but it was literally just kind of to the south and then straight up to Ohio and then back down and over. Yeah. I haven't branched out either direction, really. Yeah. California once, twice.
Colorado a couple times.
Yeah.
I haven't been further north than Denver.
I think I've been to like maybe 7 or 8 states in total.
We should add it up sometime.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to know.
I've been to Virginia.
Been to Virginia.
Yeah.
Been to
Tennessee.
Georgia.
Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio. That's the way you go.
Alabama.
Yes.
Mississippi. Slippy Lippy.
So Virginia, Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky, Kansas, Oklahoma, New Mexico,
Arkansas,
Colorado.
You ever been to Arkansas?
No.
I've been to Arkansas.
Yes, we drove through Arkansas that one time to go to Mom and Dad's. So Arkansas, California. No, I haven't. You've driven through Nevada. You didn't drive through Nevada. You didn't touch Nevada.
Arizona, New Mexico,
California. Okay, so I said Arizona, New Mexico, and then Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia,
Florida.
That's what I said. Florida, Mississippi, Georgia. Okay, so we've been to about 15 states.
I've been to where did we used to go when I was in the band?
North Carolina. I've been to North Carolina.
When I was in the band, we played Missouri. So I've been to Missouri. Missouri.
I've never been to Missouri.
The outlaw Josie Wells.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, we've only been to like 16, 17 states maybe.
Something like that.
Out of the 50.
But it's like along the baseline and kind of up the side. And
the southern and then up to Ohio. I think Ohio's the farthest north I've ever been was up to Robert Baker's dad's house.
Right.
I was like, bro, we're like an hour from Canada. That's way up there. Anyways, it's North Dakota. Okay, number 2. Has anyone in your family ever discovered something? Fossils, caves, spaceships, recipes, etc.
Or discovered recipes.
Discovered and invented recipes.
That's funny. No.
Moonshine?
No.
Recipes, does that count?
Yeah, both of our families did moonshine. Probably still do. I know my side does. My dad's side
I'm sure they do.
Up in the foothills of Alabama. They're just shy of being Appalachian.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was discovered by them, but they knew about it. So in my family's land in Alabama, like I said, it's in the foothills. So there's a lot of rocky areas, kind of mountainous, but it's really just the baseline of the mountains.
The Appalachian Mountains.
Yes. And so, because it's northern Alabama, the very top of Alabama. So on my grandparents' property, which is now my uncle's property, they lived on about 8 or 9 acres or something like that, maybe 10 acres. And across the street, so there's like a county road, but across the street we went hiking. And so it was owned by this older man, but part of it was like national forest. So it was like parkland, Alabama State Park land. And we were walking through the parks where they, my uncle and aunt and everybody, my dad ran around as kids because it was just woodlands. It's just piney woods, straight, dense, thick piney woods. And we went walking through there And my uncle showed us this cave system because they have a lot of caves in northern Alabama's area. And so we went to this cave, and at the entrance, it was very small. So it was enough for like just a couple people to walk side by side, like a doorway. And he went in, and it was a part of the Underground Railroad system. So they had little shelves and stuff that were carved out of the walls, and because there was a natural spring, and they made like this bowl out of the rock, so the water would catch it, so they would have a place to rest. And the Underground Railroad, I don't know who discovered it, but my family knew about it, and it wasn't too far from my grandparents' house, maybe like a half a mile into the woods. But they were like, you can't go by yourself because there's crazy people out there, and once you hear banjos, you run. So, but that was a really interesting discovery, whether my family discovered it or found it on that property or not, because our family had that property or worked that property when it used to be cotton fields. So anyways, that was an interesting thing that happened in my life that I got to see as a kid. I don't
know of anybody in my family who's discovered anything or invented anything. Certainly not. I discovered something today that I had never heard before.
What?
Cracker Barrel. Y'all know what Cracker Barrel is, right? It's a restaurant. I didn't know it had another name. You know what the other name is? I'm
scared to hear it.
Honky Bucket.
Was it called that first? Or is that what people call it?
I had never heard that today. Until I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about where we're going to eat in Waco.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
He's like, oh, I can definitely overeat a honky bucket. I was like, Cracker Barrel. I was like, did you just say honky bucket? Because that...
I don't think you're allowed to say that.
Are you not?
No.
Why?
Because it's not nice.
Is it?
No, it's not
I think it's hilarious.
No, that's not nice.
I was like, this is literally the best thing I've heard today. Other than...
I've never, ever in my life heard it referred to that. And that's surprising because my dad has a lot of sayings
Your African-American family's got a lot of
interesting words that they like to throw around.
So you're going to have to tell him, Dad, you want to go eat a honky bucket?
Yes. He would laugh so hard. That would tickle him clean through.
It tickled me to no end earlier today. I was like, that made me so happy.
Is that what we're eating Saturday?
Are you coming?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wait, that's an option. I was thinking we could find a steakhouse.
I haven't seen Adam in like 3 years.
Awesome. Yeah.
I probably haven't seen him since before the pandemic.
You probably haven't seen him since he didn't have a beard.
No, I haven't.
In person.
In person, no.
Yeah.
Because you went down there and hung out.
I did.
I didn't get to go because I was doing something else.
I'm going to see my buddy Adam Lamar this Saturday.
Yeah.
We're going to meet up. He's in Austin. We're in here. We're in Canton. So Waco's about almost halfway between Canton and Austin. So we're going to meet up. We're going to meet up and have some steaks or something.
Yep.
Anyways, at the honky bucket.
Stop it. Oh, good Lord.
I just love that.
Moving on. We got time.
Somebody's offended. Next question. Matt Haji, #Musif. Hey, RNA, good show. Ryan, I love both those kits you showed us.
I saw the B-roll.
Yeah, B-roll. I just recently heard about those low volume drum heads. Might have to check those out. New questions for you both. Could you go 1 week without using your cell phones? As always, thanks for the video. All right. Could you go a week without using your cell phone?
Yes. Yes. 100%. I could totally go a week without using my cell phone. I didn't even check my phone.
Challenge accepted.
I didn't even check my phone today. I was like, oh yeah, I don't even know if anybody's called me or messaged me. My phone hasn't gone off, so I was like, well, maybe no one's messaged me. No one had. But I've been crocheting and watching TV, so I was busy doing other things.
You've had a very busy day.
Yes, extremely busy. I'm very, very tired.
Extremely tired. But you should get what you're crocheting.
Huh?
You should show off what you've been crocheting all day.
Oh.
That would be fun.
Okay, I'll do that.
In a minute. Yeah, I think I could. What about my iPad? Do I get to have my iPad and my laptop?
Like,
can I have a laptop?
Devices?
Well, he just said cell phones.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, but
as long as I have my laptop.
Like 0 devices?
0 electronic devices.
Yes, including television.
Yeah.
Video games, all that stuff.
I could if I had to.
No. It's not a had to. It is just being like, you know what? I'm just not going to do this for a couple weeks or a week.
He said using your cell phone.
Yes,
so that's the question.
I know, but I'm amending this. What about your, like, everything else?
Well, I couldn't go to work.
I mean, personal time. Your personal time, not work, checking people in and register. Register doesn't count.
What about practicing?
No. You just do it with the stuff that's in your brain.
Well, what if I need to play to some music?
No.
Well, that's what I have to practice.
For a week, setting aside a week.
What's the reward? No. What do I get for this?
Your brain not being completely fried every 5 seconds.
I gotta have a fried brain.
Yeah, I could totally. I could. I've really been enjoying these past couple of weeks reading a lot. Of course, I've been listening to audiobooks, but I'm really now like wanting like tangible books. The audiobooks are great, but having that, like, especially if there's multiple characters, having that one person read all the different voices. It's like having your mom read to you and she's pretending the voices and stuff. So it would be, I like having my own dialect and my own voice in my head, because I like have a guy's voice in my head when I'm getting to the point now, all the books that I've listened to on Audible, I want the tangible, actual, not on Kindle, but actual book,
like an actual
version, like a paperback or hardback copy.
Paper pages.
Yes, paper pages.
A literal book.
Yes, of it. Because it's been nice to read something, like turn off my device and read before I go to bed versus scroll before I go to bed. Because that's what I used to do all through my childhood. Like, I would always read before I go to bed. I always had a book sitting there, you know. And so, you know, my dad would have the late night television when he would watch, you know, Dallas and stuff, you know, Knots Landing and Falcon Crest and all this stuff. So he would watch that. So we would be in bed by then, and I'd get my Little House on the Prairie book and my Nancy Drew books or whatever like that and sit, you know, and read books. So I'm getting back to that, and I miss it. I didn't realize how much I missed it. So I think I would be fine doing that. No joke.
Yeah, as long as you have plenty of books to read.
Yeah, which we do.
We do. Ah. Yeah, we could do it.
Read your Dragonlance
I could do it. I know. I have a lot of books. I read probably.
You have a lot of fun books.
I do, but I have a lot of other books too.
Yes.
I probably read more books, like real books, than you do.
I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know. That's true. You have a lot of Beth Moore books. And
I read a lot of like educational, devotional books.
All the books I've bought in the last couple of years have all been like marketing and business and, you know, business development. I
like to say self-help, but it's not really self-help. It's more like business entrepreneurial, like peek out, like raw, grab the life by the
Some of them, well, like the Primal Branding is a really good book I've read. If you have a business or you're a musician or you're an artist or whatever, you have something that you create. Primal Branding is a really good book. That was one that I read that was really like, oh, okay. Yeah, because
What's a new one that you got?
Oh, $100 Million Offers. Alex Hermosi.
What's the Jordan Peterson one you got?
Oh, yeah. I bought Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life.
That's what.
Like his epic, his biggest bestseller. I haven't finished it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying The Mermaid Chair.
The Mermaid. She's reading fiction.
Yes, it is by the lady who wrote The Secret Life of Bees.
Secret Life of Biscuits.
Yes. So it's almost like a prequel of because they made a movie out of The Secret Life of Bees. And I was like, oh, I didn't know she wrote a book before that.
Is that the one with
I don't know. I never watched it.
Okay.
I heard it was really good. It was kind of like a coming of age woman-y type movie book, but
it wasn't the Jerry Seinfeld Bee movie.
Oh, God. It's not Aquila and the Bee.
Aquila and the Bee. All right. We can do it. All right. Thank you for the question, Matt. Next question is not a question. It's comment of the day.
Comment of the day. Comment of the day. Yeah. You make the
Exactly. Comment of the day. This is where we write a song on the spot for you guys. From a comment from last week's video, I'm going to make up some music on the spot. She's going to not make up the lyrics. She's going to read the lyrics. She's got to make up a vocal melody.
That's very similar to all the vocal melodies.
And a rhythm. Well, that's all they ever are. You listen to any band that you like, it's might as well, you know, one Adele song is the same as any other Adele song.
Yeah.
How much does she really change up her melodies or rhythms?
I don't know.
Not at all. So we're fine. I don't know why I played a bar chord, but now I have to do bar chords.
How do you say his name?
Daggum. Jeffrey Morial.
Okay.
I think.
That's how I was saying it in my head.
Why did I pick a bar chord? All right.
I don't know. Jeffrey Morial 7223. You guys are fans of Pitch Meeting. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Hashtag Moosey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Comment of the day. You guys are fans of Pitch Meeting! Exclamation point. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Hashtag Moosey. Yes, I said that last week. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Yeah, I love those videos. Those are great.
Yeah.
Pitch Meeting.
Yeah, we'll watch them. I can only watch so many of them.
She'll watch about 3 and she's like, okay, that's
and
enough.
I can't with him because it's the same. I mean, it's him talking back and forth.
I can watch about 27 of them in a row. Like,
yes.
Anytime I need to laugh, I'll watch this. Or if it's a movie coming out, like, I ain't gonna go watch that movie anyways, but I'll watch the Pitch Meeting.
Yes.
And you basically get the gist. So
yeah.
Super awesome.
I can't wait to see the Pitch Meeting for the new Mission Impossible movie.
Mission most likely.
It is apparently
Mission highly probable.
the best Mission Impossible so far.
Is it?
Yes. Everybody's so, and it's a 2-parter.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
They're pulling a Harry Potter with it.
Yes, they are. And every other teen movie. Yes. And
Mission Impossible is a teen movie.
Yes, it is. And I'm really excited. I am going to go see that.
I guess Paul wants to see it because Paul, the Bitter Bass Man, he commented on Facebook. It is like, they should really stop calling it Mission Impossible because however many movies it is, they seem to pull off the mission.
Right.
They seem to not really have a problem.
Of course, the last one.
And I commented, like, they should change the
Protocol.
name to Mission Highly Probable.
Yes. The last one was pretty suspenseful. I was like, I don't...
Was that the one with Henry Cavill?
Yes. The one,
where he's like,
maybe before that. Maybe the one before that. I don't know.
I haven't even seen
have
that
to watch
one.
them again. It is so good. It was so good. The last one was so good. It was so good.
I didn't watch
So
the one
I
with Superman, so I don't know.
Oh, it's good.
I've seen the scenes of them fighting in the bathroom, but I've never seen the entire movie.
It's good.
I like Henry Cavill, so.
I don't like him in this, but I like because he's not himself, like what you know. But he has his own accent.
He's an actor.
Yeah, but I like Henry Cavill no matter what because he's a big nerd and he's just awesome. He's awesome, you know, the guy. But I heard like from a bunch of people who are extremely critical going in, thinking it was going to be a dumb movie. They were like, "That was amazing. That's why you go to the movies. That is exactly why you go to the movies. That is a movie." But
we've got to follow up Top Gun.
Top Gun, they knocked that out of the park. That hit all the feels. I loved it. I truly, for what it was, I think that Top Gun Maverick was good. It was a well put together. It was good. It was like an 80s movie. It hit all the nostalgia of 80s movie.
Right.
So I think he's trying to reclaim like the first Mission Impossible, how awesome it was.
Right.
And so.
And make all the money.
I mean, I think he's doing pretty good.
Probably so.
And I don't care how weird he is.
All right. Yeah. His teeth are like this.
I know. They're off center.
All right. Thank you, Jeffrey. Comment of the day song. Final question. Brian Strasser. It's got a couple of questions. What is your opinion on selling direct to customer? Is there a guitar body style that you once liked but don't care for now? Contrarily, is there a genre of music that you now like? Atlantic Rhythm Section, Toto, etc. Are you already shopping for future daughters-in-law? Hashtag Moosive. Okay, bunch of questions from Brian. Okay, what is your opinion on selling direct to customer? I love to sell direct to the customer. That's the only way I really do it. I don't sell B2B music, you know. Now, I think what he's talking about brands selling direct, like Fender sells direct to customers. Schecter even sells direct to customers. There's a lot of companies. This has been a little bit of a hot topic lately that, you know, you could just go by, you know, like Fender's doing it. Particularly Fender's the one that's doing it a lot now that people are kind of aggravated about. Where like, you know, I could go to a local music store, or I could go to wherever and buy it, or I could just buy it directly from Fender. You know what I mean? And And a lot of brands are doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of, I mean, it kind of sucks, honestly, as a retailer and as a store that sells stuff. Like, it was already bad enough you were sort of trying to compete with Guitar Center, who was the 600-pound gorilla in the room. And now they're more like the 200-pound gorilla. And Sweetwater is like the 800-pound gorilla. Right. So now your biggest competition in retail sales is not really Guitar Center anymore. It's actually Sweetwater. Right. They're the new kings on the block. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to compete with companies that are multi-bazillion dollar companies that buy in such quantities that they get incredible pricing that smaller, mid-level and smaller stores don't get the same pricing. Mm-hmm. So they're already making more money on the same guitar than I am, even if we sell them at the same price. If I'm selling a guitar for $500 and Sweetwater's selling it for $500, they're going to make more money than me because they bought it at a cheaper price than me because they buy it in volume. So, so to go from having to be competitive with other online stores to now you're competing with literally Fender, you know, or Gibson or whoever. Yeah, it definitely sucks, I think. But what can you do? Because that's just how it is now, you know. So yeah, I think it sucks. I mean, I've dealt with this before, not on the grand scale like Fender and all that stuff, but you know, we obviously have made a lot of videos about CMG guitars, Chris Mitchell guitars. And CMG has only got maybe at this point like 5 dealers in the entire country because they don't really need a massive dealer base based on the amount of guitars they build a year and all that kind of stuff. But Chris Mitchell actually has his own store in Georgia. So he has a store, Plaid.music. So they have a store, they have lesson programs, they have all this stuff. It's like you can buy a guitar direct from, not direct from CMG specifically, but from the store that Chris owns, you can buy one. So I've run into this before, and of course, Chris loves me and I love Chris and we're friends and it's fine. But he loves me because I do a lot of media stuff. Like I pictures, Instagram, YouTube videos about the brand, and there are a lot of people who have come to CMG Guitars because of our videos. But I've had this happen before where a guy called me, he was asking me all these questions. I'm like, okay, and I'm answering the questions. He's like, well, I just got this guitar. And what about this? And then he's asking me, I'm like, where'd you get the guitar? I was like, oh, I bought it from them. I'm like, well, why don't you call them and ask them? I mean, it's literally like taking up like 40 minutes of my time on the phone, asking me questions about a guitar he bought from another place. So I got kind of aggravated. I was like, well, why don't you call them and ask them? Right. Oh, well, I just saw your video about it. I'm like, I mean, it was like,
I didn't tell it to you.
I'm like, why are you, I mean, I'm not customer service for another store. Right. I mean, I helped with him, but I was like, but at a certain point, I was like, listen, I gotta go. I got customers here. I was like, why don't you just call the guy you bought it from? Right. But on the flip side, whoop, I'm glad that wasn't open. I know it. Kicked over the Dr. Pepper Zero. On the flip side of that, we've built our business over the last however many years to where we make the majority of our revenue from teaching. So it's like, I could not sell another guitar probably and be like, I'll be fine. Right. You know, we've built our business on education. And we do sell stuff every day. Like I sold some stuff today. But again, we've built our business on teaching. So when the market's up, market's down, nobody's buying stuff right now. Like it doesn't really matter to us. Right. And I know people who are like, oh God, we got to sell some guitars today because we got to pay the electric bill. We got to pay the rent. We got to do this. I'm like, I don't have to worry about that. Right. Which is a nice feeling. And it's not that one is right and one is wrong. Right. It's just how we do it is different. So I think it sucks, but it is what it is. Yep. And it's just the nature of the beast. So you got to, with the store, you got to give people a reason to want to come to you. Relationships, atmosphere, service. I mean, again, like if you bring your guitar in and want me to tweak it and do some stuff to it, that's fine. But if it's just endless questions about a guitar you bought from another dealer, right, call that dealer. So next question. Is there a guitar body style that you once liked but don't care for now? Or, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm trying to think.
Not that I don't like. Maybe that I was just kind of like, oh.
Yeah. I've always liked single cut style guitars, like
Mm-hmm.
like Les Paul, the single cutaway kind of things, and that is the majority of the guitars I have.
Right.
I've always liked those.
You're not the type of person that changed much of what you like anyway, so that is not always
Yeah,
the case with you.
I do have like one or two Super Strat style guitars. Actually, I don't count the PRS as Super Strat. It's a little bit different than a Super Strat, but I do have one Schecter that's, you know, a C1 shape, and then I have a Schecter 7-string that's the C1 shape, which is basically a Strat style shape. I don't really like it any more than I've ever liked it or disliked it. I still kind of prefer, you know, Explorer style bodies and single cut style bodies. So that's not really changed for me. Has it changed for you guys? Is there a body shape you loved and now you don't? How about this? There's a body shape you hated and now you like it. That's the good question. All right. And is there a genre of music that you now like, etc.? Or was it one that you didn't care for, but now you like? How about that?
I know. Again, I don't think so. I think the most of the music I like, I go through seasons of listening to one more than others, but there's all the stuff that I've liked, I've always liked. Like I can go back and listen to 40s music or 50s music or folk music from the 70s. I'll get on a James Taylor kick, or like I bought, we went to Half Price Books and I bought a record, the soundtrack for The Big Chill. And I was like, oh my gosh, this brought back so many memories. So I immediately came home and played it. So there's times where I'm just like, oh, that just feels so nostalgic. And I want to listen to, like, I got on an 80s Christian music kick where I went back and listened to songs from Russ Taff, Amy Grant, Twyla Paris, Petra, you know, these great Christian bands that just...
Twyla Paris has a lot of songs
like,
in 6/8.
Love just, you know... my childhood,
Carmen.
You know, Benny Hessler, just when he ran, that song just ripped my heart out when I was 9 years old. Like I love that music. So I go through moods like that, and then I'll pick up an old Adele album, or I'll listen to old Whitney Houston, or I'll listen to Boyz II Men, or, you know, stuff like that. But I don't think I've ever left a genre of music like, no, I can't stand the sound, you know, like it's just, I guess, moods that I'll be in. I'll revisit stuff from my childhood or even just like 5 years ago. But no.
Yeah, I probably have some. Like when I was a kid too, it was like we listened to a lot of Michael Jackson. Like I loved, you know, when Prince Purple Rain came out. I mean, I was like 10 or something, or 8 or 9. I'm like, I love, like, because it would get played on the radio, pop radio back then, and I was like, I don't know what it was about Prince's first album that I was like, what?
Right.
You know, and then like whatever my parents listened to or my older sisters listened to, you know, and it wasn't, like I enjoyed that stuff, you know, and while I was outside swinging on the swing set, on the tire under the big oak tree, and I was like singing Purple Rain or something. I like, didn't even know what I was singing, you know, Purple. And I'm like, it's this white kid on a farm, like singing Prince songs, you know. And then in junior high, like I really got into like rap. Like Beastie Boys and like Cool Mo D was like a big one, and like 80s rappers and stuff. Like I got into that a little bit, and then when I finally discovered like real rock, I mean, you know, because it was Poison, Bon Jovi, whatever was on the big radios in the 80s was like, oh yeah. And then when I heard Guns N' Roses and Metallica, it was like, what is this?
Right.
There was a paradigm shift in my music taste.
I can see that.
When I heard Appetite for Destruction, I was like, what the? Because they were still like kind of 1 foot, a little bit in the hairband thing, but then...
It was like Janet Jackson for me.
A couple of feet over into like Aerosmith, dirty, you know, heroin rock, you know? Stuff. I was like, what is this? And then, of course, Metallica.
Never, ever into that.
It was Guns N' Roses and Metallica was like, all of that is crap. This is music, you know. And then like Led Zeppelin and stuff. So I never really liked country music that much as a kid. There was one song, it might have been by Alabama, maybe, that I liked. The kick off your shoes and throw them on the floor. Saturday night, whatever the song it was. Dance in the kitchen and the something or another.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love the crap out of that song when I was like 6.
Alabama was great.
Yeah, I liked Alabama when I was a kid.
Alabama was one of those bands that crossed the divide. It
Yeah.
was one of the first ones I think that everybody listened to back in the day.
And of course, it was always hard rock and metal then as an adult. But now, like in the last, I think when the Smiths came for lessons, I had brothers Bryce, Mason, and Maddie Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I had these siblings that were taking lessons from me. And Bryce, I love, of course, because he was like Metallica and Pantera stuff. And he's like, wow, this is great. Mason.
Mm-hmm.
Flip them around. Bryce is the brother. Mason was the oldest, and he liked rock stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, extreme, and like Van Halen, and like,
mm-hmm.
Metallica, and like all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, this is great, because this is what I was into. But then his brother and sister were both like as country as you could get.
Yeah. George Strait.
Mm-hmm. Maddie loved classic George Strait country. So I taught,
who doesn't?
I taught her how to play some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was listening to these George Strait songs. I was like, man, these are pretty good. And then Bryce loved Texas country.
Mm-hmm.
And who was Pat Green.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, can I learn this Pat Green song? I'm like, who's Pat Green? Like, I didn't even know who that was. I was like, I'm like, yeah, let me check it out. I was looking at it. He's got, I sing songs about Texas. I'm like, oh. He had me at songs about Texas. Like, I'm like, what's this Pat Green guy? I'm like, so I started checking him. I'm like, oh, he was a big deal.
He wrote for Sandy Cheeks.
He was like on the Super Bowl. Like he performed at the Super Bowl. Texas. I'm like, freaking, all right. And now he's kind of, anyways, it was a thing, Pat Green. I was like, so I taught several Pat Green songs to Bryce. I was like, I kind of like Pat Green.
I just realized it said, now, what do you like now?
Oh.
What's the genre of music that you now like?
Yeah. Is there a genre of music that you now like?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
What do you like now? I think that...
It said, contrarily,
mm-hmm.
is there a genre of music that you now like? Like before, like something you once liked but don't care for. Is there, contrarily, is there a genre of music you now like?
Right.
Versus like what you didn't care for.
But it was like, whenever we were younger, I don't think you have a genre of music that you like now that necessarily you didn't.
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't like country before. And now I kind of like it.
Do you really like it? Do you really like country music? I just don't see you playing it like ever. I don't see you.
I just played Amarillo by Morning for Miles.
Oh. I want to hear you. I want to hear you play that at the house.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you shopping for future daughter-in-laws?
No.
No.
No, that's not my job. We pray that our boys make the best choice, and we kind of go, oh, but sometimes, right?
Yeah.
We've had to do that.
We've got to be like, son, she's no good.
No good.
Stop wasting your time.
No good.
Trust me. I'm older than you, and I've lived through things and experiences that you haven't lived through. I'm just telling you, this is what's going to happen. Okay. Oh, you didn't believe me. I told you. Mm-hmm. So,
When he says he's lived through it via me, because Brian was such a good kid. You were a good kid.
Oh, yeah, no.
You were.
I know, but I'm talking about the situation where,
yeah. I know.
I've been the exact situation he was in.
Right.
Literal exact situation.
Girl taking advantage of your sweetness.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he
really liked her.
He was a sweet
and she doesn't really like him. She's just using him. I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, this exact same thing.
Yeah. But I wanted to clarify. It was more of you being the sweet kid.
Oh, yeah. No.
It's like, I know some things, like, not in the way that sounds like.
Maybe not the way it sounds.
Right.
I know what it's like to like somebody.
To be a genuinely sweet kid who takes relationships seriously, and you take commitment and that give and take seriously, and have somebody use and abuse that. And
yes. Yeah.
Because Ryan is very sweet and loyal.
I'm a little less sweet now than I used to.
No, you're not. No, you're not. anyways, and then he's seen that side of people being manipulated and cruel, and you want to save the boys from that because they are just as sweet as Ryan is.
Yeah.
So I wanted to clarify that.
Well, that's good. That's a good clarification.
Thank you.
So
I'm like, wait.
No, it's just funny. The same experience, the same relationship drama that I went through at that age. I'm like, he's going through the exact same thing. I'm like, listen, like, it's what's going on. You need to like stop wasting your time with her,
right?
Because she doesn't really care about you,
right? If
she cared about
like
you,
a puppy dog waiting.
she would this, and she isn't. So forget her.
Yeah.
There's
been a couple because especially with our oldest, he's very trusting. And so he doesn't see the ugly side of it. And we've both, before we met each other, had in our young lives, had already experienced someone that you thought, oh, this is good. No, it's not good. And not only that, but then we have siblings, especially me. That went through some rough stuff. So we stay at the distance and we coach when needed and we give advice when asked, sometimes unsolicited. Yeah. Because we see the big warning signs and we're like, if you see a blind person walking off the side of a cliff, you're not going to go, wow, sucks for them.
I hope they see that.
I hope they see
cliff sign
even though I see that they're walking with the blind person's cane. You go over there, you run and you pull them away and say, whoa, I don't know if you noticed this, but there's a cliff there. And that's kind of how we treat it when we were like, we warn for the cliffs of insanity. If you're too
direct about it or militant about it, they're just going to do it anyways.
Right.
So it's kind of like, listen, son, I'm just telling you this because I love you.
Advice. Yes.
And we care about you. I'm just telling you this is what happened to me and this was what,
Good fatherly advice every single time. It's never overbearing or, too pushy.
Because the harsher you are, the less they're going to listen.
Right. Right. You just lay it out there and then you kind of just pray that they make a wise choice.
And they come back and go, you're right. Was I right?
Yeah.
You're right, Dad. Okay. Let's say that again. Yeah. You're right, Dad. I'm like, okay. So next time I give you some advice about this situation, I want you to think about this, and this, where I was right about that, wasn't I? Yeah, you were right. I'm like, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to help you have a better
Not trying to rob you.
I'm not trying to rob you, Frodo. I'm trying to help you.
Trying to save you.
I'm trying to help you. Right? So,
yeah.
There you go.
But yes, we don't pick them out for our kids. We just pray that they make wise choices. And if it turns into a not so wise choice and things happen because life happens, then we'll be here to love them through it. Just like anyway.
There you go. That was the final question.
Hashtag Moosif.
Hashtag Moosif. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much. If you have a question for next week, please type it down in the comment section of this video, and we will possibly answer that question next week. We'll be picking out things for the comment of the day song. So if you have a good comment, that might make it into song format. Yeah. Me too. They're comfortable. They're a little short.
No sitting like that.
Well, yeah, that's how I always sit.
But I like them.
And they're comfortable.
Sorry. I'm
distracted of me.
Yeah, because they look nice. I was like, they look nice.
I do look nice, don't I?
Yeah.
Pretty foxy, huh?
Foxy.
Foxy Loxy. I lost my train of thought.
Yes.
Today.
Comment of the day.
Comment of the day. Your comment might make it into a comment of be immortalized.
Yes.
In song format from R&E Music. Today is also a big day because what happened?
I finished 2 donuts. Crochet donuts. Oh,
yeah.
No, it's not that.
Go get them.
No, it's
You're
not
supposed to show them. Go get your donuts.
I was just teasing.
Angela's been teaching a crochet camp all week to 4 little girls.
Yes.
And what are you doing?
I'm making them. I started this pattern and I'm making them little donuts.
Yeah, get closer.
Making them donuts. So
it's like a little
it's flat now. They look like pancakes, but I'll stuff them.
They'll be stuffed. They'll look like donuts with a strawberry glaze on them.
Yes, and they'll all get the same color because that's just better to do it that way. So, yep,
Because you've made giant donuts that are like this big.
Yes, they're like actual pillows you sleep on. And these are just fun little cute ones.
Little collectible donuts. Crocheting.
Yes. So these are going to be like their thank you gifts for being a part of the thing. So yeah. But yes, that wasn't the big news.
Oh, what's the big news?
I was teasing. Teasing. The big news.
You're a teaser.
I am. You know this.
Teaserton.
You know this. The
big news is today is day 1,000 of me getting 10,000 steps a day or more.
I did like 10.
That was a lot.
1, 2, 3. There it is.
1,000 days in a row of 10,000 steps or more.
Ta-da!
Because a lot of days I get 16,000 or 18,000
yes.
or 14,000 steps. So
yes.
Pretty crazy. Like it kind of crept up. It's kind of the last 1,000 days have kind of crept up on me. It's
1,000 days crept up. Mm-hmm.
I looked
it's
at
like over. It's
like 36
years.
months. I did the math earlier. I was like, how many months? I was like, hey Siri, how many months is 1,000 days? Oh yeah.
1,000 days is 32.85 months.
32.85 months of getting 10,000 steps a day.
Almost 3 years.
Yeah. That's a long time. Like rain or shine, you know, COVID, no COVID, 100 degree, 105 degree Texas heat, -2 degree Texas winter, just every single day.
Yeah,
for
that would have
1,000 days. I did because we had snow that was like this deep. We had a crazy freeze. And I was out there walking through the snow.
Yeah.
Like, walking through the snow.
But you started during the lockdown.
Oh yeah. So.
In
yeah,
October,
it was
like October
was it?
Ish because
oh yeah, it was like October of 20. Is when I started walking.
Well, it would be 3 years and 3 months. So.
Oh. Anyways, 1,000 days. That's it's weird. It feels strange, like to cross like a huge milestone like that. I'm like,
hey Siri, how many days are in 3 years?
3 years is 1,095.73 days.
So 95.7 days from now, I'll have done it for 3 years. Nice. So, whoop whoop. I'm a champion. Look at me. What's funny is like I lost all this weight in 2020. Like I lost 45 pounds in 2020 before I started walking.
Right.
Because like it's funny because like we're at the track the other day, and a friend of mine that I went to high school with, I think he might have been like a senior when I was a sophomore or something. Kurt was there, and he was coming and like getting in his van. He's like, you're inspiring me. I'm out here walking. I was like, okay, good. He's like, I'm not doing the carnivore diet though. I'm like, you should really think about it. But and I got a lot of people like, I'm walking. And like, yeah. I'm like, let's be clear, because I'll talk about like I lost all this weight. I was like, I just want y'all to know, I didn't lose weight because I'm walking.
Right.
Like the walking has nothing to do with losing all the weight.
No.
Like I lost 45 pounds in 20 by changing what I ate and drink.
Movement, because you need movement.
Yeah.
Period. Just for
I
health.
lost weight from changing what I ate.
Right.
I started the walking because I thought I kind of peaked out. And I was like, well, maybe I'll start walking. Maybe I'll lose some more, but I really need to work on my cardiovascular health. I was like, because you can lose weight with eating, but that doesn't mean your lungs and your heart are working and as healthy as they should be. So I started because of that. So anyways.
Proud of you, babe.
Oh my God.
Ta-da!
Thank you.
So proud of you.
I'm kind of proud of me too.
I am.
That's
I'm
pretty
100% proud of you.
That's a lot of days.
It is.
In my 47 years of not doing that, we've gone through seasons where we would walk a bunch. I'm like, I got my steps.
Yeah.
And then we'd stop.
And I walk, but I don't keep track of it, and I don't do it regularly.
You didn't get obsessed about it.
I don't get obsessed about stuff like that at all, or anything really.
I normally don't. Like this.
I'm a seasonal person. I go like, I'll do it for a while and stop.
I've never been this obsessed about it. But then it became a thing. Like I'm not stopping.
Right.
I can't quit now. It's like a real life video game.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that was today's the day. It's today. What day is it? July 13th, 2023. It's my 1,000th day of walking at least 2 miles, and then the rest of the day, however it takes to get my 10,000 steps. So. Or more. All right, amazing. Thank you guys so much. All right, if you watch this whole video from beginning to end, even though we only had 3 questions, we rambled on. Ramble on. Whatever you got to do. Secret hashtag today is hashtag
1,000 days.
1,000 days. Or just 1,000 days.
1,000 days.
1,000 days.
The number 1,000 days.
Days with a Z?
Sure.
Okay.
Make it
1,000 days. Hashtag 1,000 days.
Zzz.
And we'll know that you watched this whole video from the beginning to the end. Appreciate you so much. That really helps the algorithm, helps maybe it push the video into a new audience, perhaps, you know. So thank you for that. If you want to just put it on in the background and just let it play, walk out of the room and just let us ramble on to the air in your house. That's great. That helps. You know.
Yeah.
Comment down below. Appreciate your comments. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
Music needs you.
And you need the music.
We need to keep it alive for the next generation.
That's right.
So excited.
So excited.
Look at my shorts.
They look nice.
Wranglers.
Look at my
I know. Look at you. Look at my butt.
Did we say keep the music alive?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
I don't feel like we did. I don't think we did. Keep the music alive.
I don't remember if we did this or not, but
Okay.
until the next video, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
We did say it.
Did we?
Yeah.
I didn't remember saying you need the music. Keep it alive for the next generation. That's right.
Until the next video, keep the music alive. Don't forget it.
Don't forget it. Oh my gosh.
You need the music. I don't know.
We need to keep the music alive for the next generation. That's right.
See, I don't even know how it goes now.
I know.
Until the next video, keep the music alive.
That's right.
No.
No.
Don't forget it.
Music needs you. Okay, go ahead. Okay. Oh.
Until the next time.
No, get up here.
Keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
The music needs you.
And you need the music.
And we need to keep it alive for the next generation.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure we said it. But
I don't know.
if we didn't, we'll have multiple takes of bloopers.
Yes.
Bloopers. Beep-a-doop.
Boop, boop, ba-doop.